Host team, it's time for this week's Game Plan of the Week. Here we go. So last week in Huddle, we introduced our word or our phrase as a host team for the year, which is right here, right now. And what that means is that God has given us moments with each and every guest, and we get to steward those well with passion and purpose and energy. And so at the beginning of every huddle, we're going to start. Either Calvi or I are going to say, host team right here, and you're going to respond with energy right now. And that's going to be our driving force this year, and we'll talk more about that.
All right, prep team, this week we are putting 30-second theology invites on the seats. With 30-second theology comes lots of people, so we want to be sure and be ready for overflow. And with overflow comes our buckets on the wings and the communion tables. We want to be sure on Thursday when we leave that those buckets are stocked and ready to go for the weekend so that we are set up for success. But with weekend success, we also want to set up our ushers for success and for a smooth weekend. So we want to be sure that their count sheets and their sign-in sheets are stocked and ready to go for the weekend. Can't wait to see you guys this Thursday.
Ushers, one of the ways that you guys can continue to let our guests know that you are there for them is knowing where those open spots are. So as you are constantly moving around, mentally taking notes of where those open spots are, it really does help as our guests come in, they're telling you, we got 2 people, and you say 2, I got you right here, and you walk them right to a spot. Rather than having them follow you and you look for a spot, going down row after row, trying to find them a spot, you know exactly where they are and you're communicating with your team. I've got 2 open spots right over here, 4 over here, so we can know where to seat them really well.
One more reminder for hands at the end of service, we want to be sure that we write down how many hands we had for that service onto our count sheet. Just in case Ben and I are not in here, we want to be sure that we can celebrate each individual that raised their hand and gave their life to Christ.
Hospitality. One of the things you guys do so well for our guests is making sure things look excellent. Wiping down kiosks and tables, pushing in chairs, making sure those syrup bottles aren't sticky. The other thing you can do is making sure we don't put drinks or purses on top of this kiosk back by the welcome sign. We want to throw those underneath so that we can keep this distraction-free and excellent looking for our guests.